Today, I'm proud to be able to direct the Department of Education to take appropriate action to deal with some of the bad actors who are intentionally depriving students of rightful education by politicizing this process.
Heeled boots and all, Ron DeSantis backpedals fast on his book ban as it blows up in the Florida governor's face. Welcome into TYT Overruled. I am your host, Adrienne Lawrence.
There's others that are doing it just to try to create a narrative, to try to act like, oh my gosh, these books are under review, and then the media will take that, run with it, and try to act like that there's some debate on whether Florida law requires this or not, which there's not. So this is all theater, this is all performative, and it really has no place in our school system.
Just like his attack on Disney imploded, Ron DeSantis' overly broad ban on certain content in K-12 books has epically failed. The Florida leader says he's now working with legislature to address frivolous challenges to classroom materials and directing Florida's Department of Education to prevent bad actors from abusing their system to make political statements. That's interesting because he's the one who used the education system to advance a culture war that did not ultimately carry him to the White House. And instead of taking responsibility for his foolhardy endeavor, DeSantis blames activists.
You have seen activists that will go and just challenge almost anything. That's not appropriate to be happening. Hijacking this process is not something that we want to encourage in any way.
But of course, DeSantis didn't stop there. He also blames teachers.
If you take a position as a teacher that no books are appropriate because the state is telling you this, first of all, that's a lie. Second of all, you're depriving students of an ability to achieve what we're trying to do, which is give them a good education. You should not be able to try to create narratives for political purposes and then just kind of keep doing that. No, that's a violation, I think, of your professional obligations. It's a violation of professional duties, and people should be held accountable if they're playing games with our kids' education.
During his press conference on Thursday, DeSantis was less than eloquent when displaying pornographic content on the screen and indicating that the law was necessary because activists really just want to get porn in classrooms.
Don't try to do an end run around that when you're really trying to get this stuff in and try to act like, we're concerned about things like To Kill a Mockingbird, which we're not. Obviously, we encourage that. A lot of the things that people have tried to say in the media that were, quote, objected to were actually on the summer reading list for the Florida Department of Education. So this is all a big fraud. Some of the things that have been happening, it's a big hoax, and we shouldn't just sit idly by and let that happen with our kids' education.
DeSantis even went so far as to conjure up this colorful tale about parents reading porn before school boards.
So you will have some of the stuff you saw. Parents would bring that up to school board meetings, start reading, and the school board members would say it's too graphic. You can't do that at a school board meeting. Well, if you can't do it at a school board meeting, why are you injecting that into school children's classrooms?
Making this matter about porn is about as shameful as they come, but Ron didn't shy away from throwing a Biden in the mix.
If that's what you're looking for, adult material, I don't care if you're reviewing Hunter Biden's laptop, for Pete's sake. You can do what you, but that's a different question than what ends up in a school and being put in front of our children.
Speaking of Biden's.
And there is a movement to ban books in this country. Not in the state of Florida. There's a movement, and it's ideological left folks that are trying to get Amazon to ban certain books from even being offered in the first place. The Biden administration was involved in pressuring Amazon. That correspondence just came out within the last week or two. So there is a movement to do that.
Ultimately, DeSantis reassured Floridians about his focus.
Parents in Florida have a right to send their kids to school knowing that they're going to be educated but not indoctrinated. And so we've provided some very robust protections for the rights of parents to direct the education upbringing their school children and have a voice.
Then again, putting some parents in control could prove quite problematic.
Isn't so much about books. This battle is between good and evil that is targeting our children. And I believe The only way to steer us back is found in 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people.
Now that he's got no way to the White House, should we expect to see more of DeSantis' backpedaling on his culture wars? You let me know your thoughts in the comments below, hit those like and follow buttons, and thanks for watching.